Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there. Welcome to Legend of Zelda Randomizer. This is the final four of the Battle Royale called Tumultuous Throwback. My name is NY Rambler. Joining me today is Trenton. How are you doing tonight?
We're getting there. It's a Z1R. What's not to be hype about?
That's true. Z1R, the original randomizer when it comes to Zelda. So what we have here is the Tumultuous Throwback Final Four. The basic premise behind the Tumultuous Throwback tournament that was thrown together by Raikou Rider, he's the host of this tournament, throwing it back to the flags we used for the Swiss tournament in 2017, in early 2017. So there's basic things like nothing crazy when it comes to the overworld. The underworld, it's not shapes. There is shuffle entrance. There's a few other things here or there that we'll bring up as it goes along. Real quick, final four runners we have here: Raikou Rider, Truant Gamer, Sis Crusher, and Malagord. As you see on Malagord's screen, yeah, I took 8th in this, so not last. Very important.
Always good to be technically correct. Yeah, it's a very friendly set of flags. You know there's going to be the white sword on the overworld. They're starting with the normal start location, so you know from the beginning where you are and what directions you can potentially go in.
Yeah, the start screen will be the vanilla start screen for this, which is something you never see anymore in randomizer. Usually you'll see like easy start shuffle or full shuffle, but never the vanilla screen. So you're going to start right on where you always start. Now that's not always going to be a wood sword, mind you, but being able to start in the same spot over and over is something that these runners will learn to deal with, and we see that the first screen is in fact a gambling screen.
It's actually a great place to have one. That's a good source of money. You get 10 rupees, you up A, and you've got all the money you can ask for.
And we see our first money secret, 29 for the mid. That's 1 below vanilla and 3 below average.
Yeah, but I mean, you could up A right now. You could have 100 rupees and be in great shape to find a blue candle. Good. It's an option.
And we see a level now. You notice, we did find a level, but we don't know what level it is. This is one of the things with these flags. The level screens will be hidden, but based on what I see from the location, I think we're looking at something like level 5.
It is bait blocked, however, so they're not going to be able to get far in it.
Yep. See, Malagord tried to see if the... Oh, no! Then we find the large secret is the lowest it could possibly be, 50.
So, poverty seed, I guess you could call it. But you can't have the money-making game by start, so... That is still an option if they find something quickly that they want to buy. And hey, there's our white sword.
Yep, in these flags, the white sword will not be shuffled into the mix. So we found a white sword. We can't pick it up yet. We're going to need at least 4 hearts, maybe up to 6. And we see the blue ring shop in its vanilla location, but a lot cheaper than the vanilla price, $236. If we don't find red, well, I don't know if we're going to see the money for the blue ring with that large sticker being 50.
That went by pretty fast. Did you see if there was bait for sale?
Not in that one, no.
For sale, okay. I didn't see that third item.
Raikou Rider has found another dungeon. Didn't quite see where exactly it was. It looks like it was vanilla 3, though.
That would make sense.
Judging by the last screen being a desert screen, and oh yeah, this shoot room, level 3 is level 3. Fred, really, seriously, what's going on here?
I mean, blue ring. Yes. So, what kind of importance do you think they're going to place on finding a bait shop at this point?
I mean, they're going to have to find a bait in order to get through that level.
And only Triforce is required. Hey, there's our wood sword.
Yeah, that's in the open cave, a little bit north and east of... Oh, wait. And Malagord just got there, too. And Raikou Rider found a bonus cave. He took the candle from the deep southwest.
So now all of our runners are starting to get armed. Truant will catch up on that front eventually.
Truant Gamer looks like he found 3 as well. Raikou Rider going to be the first to start burning down the world here and finds the second large secret of 50. So 2 of 3 of the large secrets already found by Raikou Rider, and yeah, getting only 50 for those is definitely going to be hurting these runners.
So Warp Road.
Oh my god! The small secret is 1.
Yeah, that's Poverty Seed.
I've never seen that before. I'm surprised that the medium secret's not 25 right now.
But hey, money-making game on the vanilla screen. Bomb's expensive, 27.
Yeah, it's definitely on the expensive side. 7 rupees more than both vanilla and average. And since Chris, you're going to take the strategy you were talking about, I think. He was thinking about it.
Interesting for Truant, though, to take the heart instead of the candle, even though in the Lost Woods. But what that could potentially do is give Truant the white sword right now.
Yeah, Raikou Rider just find another heart container in the in a grave, so now he has himself 4 as well as that candle. So he still has the same chance as getting the white sword as Truant Gamer does, but he has a candle to work with as well.
I can understand not prioritizing, say, doing the money-making game strategy. There is our first bait shop. Regular Woods Armos,
hey.
North Armos, so that's potential level progress there.
Yeah. So Sis Crusher bought a candle and finds a level 1 screen south of where he bought it from. Truant Gamer did in fact pick up the white sword at 4 hearts.
You don't need a wood sword, which I think will actually give him a blue candle when he finds that cave.
So Raikou Rider finds 9. It is just 1 screen south and east of Vanilla 6.
That is to say, if he happens upon the wood cave before the bonus cave, although you could play in that now.
We see on Raikou Rider's side, he found the Armos item, and he also found the cheap bait shop, and it's 41, which is really cheap.
Bit more reasonably priced. 118 was the first one we found.
Also, Raikou Rider did in fact find the Armos item and picked it up. It was the magical boomerang. We see another level on Raikou Rider's side, also up on Death Mountain. Oh, this was like a much friendlier enemy set, though.
Everybody kind of exploring around, seeing what they're able to get to at the moment.
Raikou's working without a sword right now, so he's going to use his boomerang to try to block clip, and he gets it done. It is a transport, though, so we know there's going to be 5, 6, 7, or 8.
The shapes are off. These are vanilla dungeon layouts.
Yep.
Not necessarily the rooms, but...
Well, the rooms will be contained within, and you find a... Ooh, you found a knife for that, and gets the full 6. Oh, sorry, no, you only got 4. You only got 4. There's the vanilla 4 for cheaper price. Not bad.
Question in chat. I thought it said what level you were in the upper left. It will not do that in certain flags, particularly when you've kept the dungeon shape. If you're in shapes, it will tell you what dungeon it is.
Yeah. And I like the raft on the ladder spot for Sis Crusher.
Sure,
but yeah,
got first Triforce already.
Yep, he got the Triforce out of 3, and he's going to dig for the item as well. So, and he finds the item here. Let's see what it is. And it's the recorder.
Often an important item. Certainly helps with travel. If you don't need it, it still helps with travel. So, one of those items you're probably never going to be unhappy about getting.
Yeah, back on the case of the level not showing up. Because the entrance screen is shuffled under the old flags, that's the reason why you don't see the dungeon numbers. And Sis Crusher finds a level and is immediately greeted by a bunch of blue Wizrobes. And
so
judging by this layout, there's either going to be 1 or 7, and I think it's leaning towards more likely to be 1, so he's going to want to dig this dungeon out, but in order to progress, I think you're going to need a key.
Unknown for a lot of key drops in the first quest.
Quarter Lake just having a door repair, and look at those hints, all expensive.
Speaking of hints, you mentioned earlier that they are mixed, so they'll either be truthful or community, but that doesn't promise that it's a useful one.
Yeah, I mean, you could find something you already know, like level 3 is close it is, and be like, yeah, we already knew that game, thanks. Alright, so
Could even say something like step across the water to save the princess, you know?
Yeah, well, that would be useful. I mean, 95% of the time the ladder is required, but it's always good to confirm it. Like, there's a hint, Dongo dwells in the forest. That's a nice hint. And it also confirms that this question is in fact in level 1, and is greeted by more Wizrobes.
More importantly, finds a key. Ooh, Lust Bomb on that. Maybe pushed the button too soon, trying to get up to that wall to set it.
Malagord's made his way up to vanilla white sword item. I mean, getting just 1 rupee for your troubles is just so disheartening.
I mean, it's better than them taking from you, I guess.
And Algernon, speaking of that, Algernon does point out in chat that the door repair is the minimum 15. So, I mean, that doesn't make up for the fact that the large secret's 50, but it's a small price.
You got a money-making screen at the start. I basically consider that unlimited rupees. It's just a question of whether or not you need to spend any.
It's just a question of thinking about buying bombs, decides against it. Malagord going back into 3. You don't recall which dungeon was Dungeon 1, right?
Where was in the overworld?
Yeah, the one that this Crusher found, but he noped on out of it.
I think that was in the northeast section. I couldn't tell you exactly which screen.
Well, since we just found another one, I know this time he's on the coast. And he finds more Wizrobes. This is not nice. The way the enemy sets work in these flags is that the flag sets will be like they are in the vanilla game, except it won't be 3, 3, and 3 between the base Korea, base Wizrobe, base Darknut set. It'll be at least 1 of each, and the rest are all, randomized. So in a perfect world, you'll get 7 Korea sets, 1 Darknut set, 1 Wizrobe set. We've already seen 1 Darknut set and 2 Wizrobe sets. So, yeah, not looking good right now.
Got a couple of runners in the northeast now. Let's see if I was right about 1.
Just based on the way the dungeon's looking, Sis Crusher is in level 6. Wizrobe's in 6, yeah, we're used to that.
Northeast was the Glitter Cave.
Alright, Algernon clears up for me a little bit more, that there's 2 of each, and Wizrobes will be guaranteed in 9. Thank you, Algernon.
Try his force for Malagord. That's our second one picked up. It's about 5 minutes behind when Truant did.
Oh, Blue Landmal was in a river room. By the way, with that map, we can 100% confirm that Sis Crusher is in level 6. And that is north and east of level 1. And we find a magical sword, 1 screen over from 6. Again, something you're used to in the vanilla game, being 1 screen away from the magical sword with level 6, but here it's randomized. So it's not super yell at Fred time.
Yeah, not the easiest spot to go back and pick it up. So even if you get enough hearts, don't know that we'll necessarily see anyone attempt it.
So True Gamer is killing these 3 blue Wizrobes. He knows a drop here, and it's the ladder! The ladder is blocked by the 3 blue Wizrobes in 1.
Well, that makes it all worth it. Big pickup for Truant. Did we see the coast item yet? He's not far away.
The coast item is the raft.
I'd grab it. Buy that for $1.
Yeah,
for a rupee.
For sure. I'd buy that for a rupee.
Medicine shop, no good to us right now. Looks like Raikou is going to check hints.
Yep, he is going to use expensive hints. He's trying to see what we get. But, yeah, that one was a troll hint. He's going to retry.
Oh, we located 9. Graveyard, one screen south of the Vanilla Any Road.
Yeah, 3 of our runners have seen that already. I believe Raikou's seen it, Siscrusher's seen it. I believe Truant's seen it. I don't think Malagord has yet.
Yeah, 4 runners. They're always watching something different at any given moment.
It's really hard to keep track of 4 runners going around like this.
Malagord's found a key and taking these Stalpos, so.
And Raikou checking the last hint here, and finds out the recorder's in 3. Well, he doesn't have that yet. We'll take that information and use it.
That is a useful hint to him.
Truant Gamer picks up the raft.
Good place for the raft to be, because you're right near 50% of the locations you need it for.
Siscrusher finds his 4th heart, so now he can go pick up the white sword when he finds time to get over there. Meanwhile, behind the raft, we see another... Wait a minute.
Red.
I'm not going to say it.
I already did.
Bonus cave and a vanilla bonus cave spot. Okay.
I have level 4s at the other raft location.
Well, then the raft's 100% required, and we really yellow Fred. Raikou Rider finds... I don't know... That hole does not look familiar, but... Oh wait, I think we have seen this one before. This is a... I think this is 2, but don't hold me to that.
The Darknut's just running around being rude. So rude when you don't have a sword.
Yeah, this is definitely look like level 2 on Raikou Rider's side. Especially with that bomb not going up 1.
I feel like this set of flags is probably a little more punishing for not picking up that sword as soon as you can. This is a bunch of rooms that Raikou has just got to go right past without finding out what's available.
Yep, he's gonna knock one out of here too. That's in the forest, so yeah. That is definitely level 2.
So, floor drop item as well that you've got no chance at without that sword.
Malagord's about to get his recorder out of 3.
Nice addition to your inventory.
Meanwhile, look at Truant Gamer. He's going to fight these bunnies here. Now, the HP shuffle is 0 for all enemies in these flag sets. So, the bunnies will still take 10 HP. In this case, 5 wood sword hits. And it looks like
Get a man get his mic on his second controller.
And Truant Gamer gets a heart container, so he's up to 6. And is greeted by a lot of lag. And
Red Lagoon.
Malagord looks like he full cleared looking for that heart container because he wants that white sword, and he got it. So he's probably going to go up towards the white sword area now just to see if he can pick it up, and he will be rewarded with that decision.
At 16 minutes in, there's a lot of time to give up without that sword that the other runners have been able to make progress with, although only one Triforce for each of the runners who has it.
The good news for Raikou Rider, both Raikou Rider and Malagord are going to be picking up their white swords around the same time here. And for Raikou Rider, it's going to be his first sword, so it's going to be very beneficial for him. Well, Truant Gamer took a death here in this level, and is taking another death, it looks like. I don't know where he is. I think he's in 2, but don't hold me to that.
If you picked up the meat earlier, now would be a good time to go back into 3. Or no, already did that.
Yeah, that's not 3. That's a mystery level that
yeah.
I think is going to be 5, but
3's location
4 also.
Hey, Sis has a first Triforce piece.
There you go. Except for Raikou Rider got the sword. Yeah, so Raikou Rider's the only one who doesn't have the Triforce at 3 yet. As Truant Gamer, he's in 2, and he's gonna dig it out a little bit more. So Crusher going back into 3, he's gonna look for that item.
2 you like because it's generally a short dungeon to try and find that item, but not the nicest enemy set to look with.
Syscrusher gets his recorder. Record Writer is back at the other dungeon that is meat blocked.
Bonus cave in the graveyard.
Yes. Well, so earlier, Malagord's going to get his first candle here. Taking a candle is smart because you know it's a poverty seed. You don't want to spend all the extra money on a candle. So taking a free one's always a nice beneficial option. And we found the compass here in 2, so Gamer's going to go pick up the Triforce once he comes across it, but he's also going to be still looking for this last item. Could be in this room. Oh, but he gets a good though. And Malagord's about to discover 9.
Well, always good to know where that is.
Malagord's also going to find Fury SK's favorite weapon of all time, the Magic Boomerang.
Trying to find an alternate path through this dungeon, it looks like.
Oof.
That'd be a good room to kill a couple of those guys off of and just leave, and they won't come back as long as you don't clear the room or leave the dungeon.
Yeah, leave one orange dark gun in there and just, you know. This room, this room could be the drop room also. The room with 6 blue dark nuts. That's not nice.
If you're confident in your block clipping, you can try and get up on one and just wait them out, but that's a lot of time to give up. That's more a strategy you'll see in just like a 2-block room where the movement's going to be faster. In that room, it's like rats running through a maze. It's going to take a while.
One couple of interesting things to note here between both Syscrusher and True Gamer. They're both sitting with a lot of rupees right now. Despite, you know, the seed being poverty, they haven't bought any items. Now, we know the meat's going to be required. The arrows still might be required. But do you gamble on taking the blue ring if you're not 100% confident in your abilities with green ring in this situation?
Well, personally, I'm not, so yes, I would. Although I'm also crazy enough I would get the magic shield.
Alright, I'm not that crazy. I'm a red ring. I swear to the Church of Red Rings. But, yeah, Magic Shield's a little much for me. Here we see on Malagord's side. Don't know what dungeon this is. There are a lot of bomb holes here.
From the enemy set. How much does that impact your decision making when you're digging one of these out? Just aside from the level and how big or small it is, just knowing that you have a friendly enemy set versus a harder one like the Wizrobes.
Oh yeah, that makes my decisions a little more easier. Based on that room we saw on Malagord's side, that looks like it's level 4. And that path up also tells me that. Maybe this is the dungeon that was meat blocked, and he wouldn't put the meat, but I'm not sure.
We saw Syscrusher get back the meat block, but apparently didn't have it yet. Not sure we've seen anybody make a dedicated effort to go back to that yet. Is that that's the bow? Bow dropped from Megiddo.
Oh wow. Bow in 2. And now True Gamer's gonna get his Triforce and he's done with 2. True Gamer is pretty much set now, because all he needs is silver arrows. And some dungeon knowledge.
Is this... Would this be a chance of silvers in 9, or is this just anywhere?
It could, silvers could be anywhere, not 50% chance. A little bit more because the important items can't be in 9, but you know.
Yeah. Statistically more likely to be in 9 than anywhere else, but that's not a majority of the time.
Yeah. This Crusher walking right by the 3 blue Wizrobes, which guard the ladder again, so he's back in 1.
But as always, I say don't do math while live on Twitch. It'll always betray you.
Map on Malagor's side confirming, in fact, he is in level 4.
Possible item here persists. It's the wand.
That's a nice find. That's the second item in 1.
So unlimited range attack now. And in better shape for dealing with Patras, so.
Trungier buys his meat, so he's now ready for, I think, it's the level that Malagor's on here, level 4. But I don't remember that being green, so maybe not. Maybe that meat block dungeon's 5. That was my first instinct.
Yeah, I thought it was the silver background. I could be wrong. It's happened.
Oh yeah, especially with these not telling you what levels the dungeons are in.
What a room for that Gliok to be in.
Yeah, that's just mean. Malagor's trying to find a way around the door that the Gliok blocks.
Of course, when shapes are off, these secret rooms can still be there.
Yep. Oh, and he finds a tea room, a river room. So if he wants to continue to those, I think both the Triforce and the item are behind that Gliok.
Well, try and get some hearts. I don't know what else to say.
I didn't see how many heads the Gliok had. If it's 4, it's going to be a very dangerous run. If it's 2, I think he's going to be able to take care of it.
I think it's 3 or 4. Thought it was a 4.
Looks like 3 to me.
Got the white sword to do some damage with, but just not a lot of room to navigate.
Oh! I don't know that'll count towards killing it. Will that count towards killing it?
I don't think so. I think you have to leave the room for it to count. We'll soon find out. There's another 3-headed Gliok, but Raiku's able to walk around it.
Yeah, I think Raiku's now in 2 himself. So if he clears the right room, he'll find his bow. Actually, I think just guarded by one of the Gyptos, right? Oh, Patra in 1. Of course, this Crusher doesn't realize which enemy has to kill. It's the 3 blue Wizrobes that are in the dungeon. What's easier, 3 blue Wizrobes or 1 Patra?
I'll take a Patra personally, especially depending on the room. Oh, we might hate bow. We are bow blocked. We're blow blocked in 1.
In 1, we're blow blocked.
I'm sorry, whichever one Malagor was dealing with.
Oh, Malagor, but he's in that was 4.
4.
So
yeah, we had a shutter door with the Goma.
Wow, and that was right after we killed the Gliok.
Yes,
that is just flat out rude.
Got enough money to buy arrows with.
And the Vanilla 9 area has the ladder. The letter. Bleh.
I don't like to turn that in until I'm going into 9. If you turn it in too early, even though the medicine might help you, you'll slow yourself down every time you're in one of those caves.
Yeah, at least in the old flags, remember the text was not sped up. That would have been painful.
Got another level that's, I believe, 1 right of start. This is a Crusher burned a bush to get in here. Is that our second hints? That is. The other hint shop is the other raft location.
Alright, so raft not required. So we still don't know if ladder is required. Usually it is. I think it probably is.
I don't think we've seen anything yet that would require it, but there's still plenty of game ahead. We've only got 2 Triforces for any of the runners.
Yeah, we're still missing a few, and I know we haven't found 8 yet. Okay, Sis Crusher's in 2. It's just a different shade of palette as the one that Raikou Rider's in.
Okay.
And I think Raikou Rider just picked the bow up. I wasn't sure, but yeah, I think he has it.
There we get past the bait block.
Yeah, Truant Gamer, the first one to get past the bait block, and what I believe.
It's segmented.
Well, not segmented because it's not shapes, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely.
Use the staircase.
Yeah, this is definitely level 5.
More Wizrobes, just what we needed.
Yeah, this is, I believe. Is that? Oh.
Quick Triforce for Truant.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to dig it out because all he needs are silvers right now, and why would you gamble silvers this early?
Still chance power bracelets required, I think. Don't think we have all the levels.
There's a chance. It's only if the power bracelet blocks level 8. Because I'm pretty sure we've seen every dungeon right now. We have seen 8. Okay. So every dungeon's been found, so that means power bracelet is not required either. So we don't need power bracelet, we don't need raft.
Alright.
I must have missed 8, but it's up in the Death Mountain area.
So real quick, some thank yous to Randomania for hosting tonight. The sharpest dressed restreamer on Twitch, OPT Lawyer, for doing that tonight, and Melee Wizard for doing the tracking.
Okay, so one of the question mark levels was in fact level 8. Once we figured out that, we found where level 7 was. Meanwhile, the Raikou Rider is killing his blue Wizrobes. He's down on 1 heart. He has to be careful, but he will be greatly rewarded if he gets it done. Oh no!
The last one! And then he'll come back because he didn't leave the room.
Oh no, we can't determine what the level is yet because we don't have 7 yet. So we need to find 7 and or 8. And I'm pretty sure the one we found up in Death Mountain was 7, but again, not 100% sure. Sis Crusher finds his bow, so that's what we'll give though. And it looks like that True Gamer's going to try to finish one off. Raikou Rider trying to finish his Wizrobes off as well. And he gets the ladder. Sis Crusher gets the Triforce in 2.
Wizrobe Beams don't care if you're trapped inside of a pancake.
Wizrobes don't care, period.
Now Sis Crusher has the bait.
Yep, Malware gets the Triforce out of 6, so he's the first one to get that Triforce.
That's a good one to get. Not as many as Druid has picked up so far, but that's one of the longer dungeons, so that's still pretty even between the two. There's the wand for Truant.
Yep, Truant gets his 1 out of 1. So he now has both items out of 1. Raikou also in 1. Sis Crusher entering level 5.
Hey, thanks everybody who is joining us from Randomania 2. We're in the middle of this C1R Battle Royale. We've got the final 4 in action here. All 8 pieces of Triforce will be required tonight, so that kind of gives you an idea of where things stand, as you can see the count with Truant Gamer having the 3.
Yeah, so for those of you that are just coming over from Randomizer 2, first off, welcome. This is the Battle Royale Tumultuous Throwback, Final 4. And a real quick item rundown while we can. We haven't found too many items at the moment, but a lot of them have been pretty important. We found the ladder and the wand in 1. We found the bow in 2, the recorders in 3. We found a raft at the ladder spot. We found magical boomerang at the armor item. And the white sword will always be the white sword in these flags, but that was found as well. Raikou Rider finds his recorder here in 1. And Sis Crusher, he just got out of the staircase in 5. And True Gamer got his Triforce in 1, so he now has 4 Triforces already.
Yeah, halfway there by that measure. Still with a dungeon to find. Raikou gets the wand, so the wand is in ample supply tonight. It's been a good support item for everybody.
Sis Crusher, in fact, does find a Dig Dogger here in 5, but I'm pretty sure we've already seen the Triforce in 5 already, so it's not going to be required.
Yeah, Truant got that, and I don't remember seeing a Dig Dogger, so I think that was on a different path. Algord maybe thinks about the arrows, but picks up the bait.
Yeah, he's the only one that's seen that Goma.
There we go.
Malagor now in 2. We see True Gamer in 6. Raikou Rider, I don't know where he is. Is he also still in 2? This doesn't look like 2. This is a different dungeon. Maybe this is part of 6 that we didn't see yet.
Take the wait and see approach.
There's a Triforce in the Triforce room.
Red.
No feat of strength will save the princess, so in case we didn't realize it before, Power Bracelet not required. And that was not 1. That was that 1? I don't remember 1 being there, but I guess so. Alright, so Raikou Rider wasn't 1. Again, he, I think, is playing on console, which is why his colors are slightly different than the others.
So one of the things we know is that runners are arrow blocked from one of the Triforces, so right now, Malagord's the only one who's able to get past that block, having been the first one to see it, but nobody else has picked up the arrows.
Malagord is finding these Dark Nuts too, thinking they might have the item. I mean, there is a drop in that room, but that's not going to have the item he's looking for. And True Gamer finds the Triforce in 6. He now has 5 Triforces already.
Good progress. I think Truant did pick up the bait already, but hasn't been back to that level, if I'm recalling correctly.
So, Crusher's found the Triforce here in 5, but he is still looking for the item in here.
Now Raikou finds the Wood Sword Cave, but having already chosen a blue candle from a bonus cave, has no need for it.
And speaking of no need for anything, Sis Crusher did find the item here in 5. It's the book. This is not the 2008 Swiss flags. We do not want books.
Let's see, as far as the important items go, we know Power Bracelet can't be a 9.
Most of the items we're missing are items that cannot be, could be a 9. Like, we're missing the Any Key, we're missing the Red Ring,
yeah.
We're missing... I guess
Power Bracelet. Trying to figure out some approximate odds on that, and I think we're now at least at a 40% chance of silvers and 9. How confident would you have to be to gamble?
Depends. I would gamble if I mean, in this exact scenario where it's like if you win, it doesn't matter, it's loser goes home, I would not gamble. Or where, you know, you have 5 Triforces already. the Triforce count. So Raiku's now in 6.
Have to get all 8 Triforce pieces, so I do also think that impacts your routing decisions. If you just needed the 4 to get into 9, like will happen with the Swiss flags, you'd probably be a lot more likely to gamble.
Raikou Rider with the clip into block strat to try to kill these land moles. It's done.
So what we've seen already tells us that Truant Gamer is going to have to clear out that Gliok, and then in the next room is Goma.
Yes.
Although he's got the ladder, I suppose he could reverse ladder clip the T room and skip Goma, but not skip Gliok, but not Goma.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so, because there's the one room he can't get to is completely blocked by Goma.
The Goma room is, I believe, one south of the T room, and to the right is the shutter door, and that's our progress.
So Sis Crusher bought the arrows as well.
Bomb upgrade, but Raikou Rider not able to afford it. That is the second one. You don't always see both of them in any given run.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't a poverty seed, you probably would have picked it up and gotten a full 16. Of course, we're dealing with little money. Not worth it. You got the 1.
That sits on the second... No, that's the first hint shop.
Yeah, we saw the second hint shop, we just haven't seen the hints from it yet. Alright, Raikou Rider's in the Triforce room here in 6.
Now Truant's gonna try and go for the raft clip.
Yeah, but we're pretty sure that if he gets this done, even if he gets it done... Oh, it is the Triforce room? So that means Goma has a Triforce. And the room next to Goma is the item.
Oh boy. Oh, from the side goes a little bit easier.
Yeah, he's about to be a rude awakening. He does not have the arrows. He has the bow, but he doesn't have the arrows.
Just to comment on this, we've seen one bomb upgrade purchased by Raikou, so we know that the bomb upgrade is plus 4 bombs, like it is in the normal game. So if he purchased the second one, it would be for the same amount of bombs.
Yeah, both of the bomb upgrades can be... The prices are shuffled, plus 25, minus 25. In this case, it's minus 3. And the bombs you get are plus minus 2. So you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So in this seed specifically, it's 97 rupees to get an upgrade of 4. Alright. Malagor's about to get his bow, and he also... he has the arrows, I believe, right? Well, he got the bow, and he gets the Triforce in 2.
There's the arrow shop and arrow shop for Truant, but he doesn't have enough money for that one.
Both Raikou and Sis Crusher are here in 4.
So if you're Truant, do you keep looking for an arrow shop that's cheaper, or do you, go back to the money-making game? It's still there, and still an option at the start screen.
Mm-hmm.
Even though reset strats don't feel good still that versus trying to find another medium hint somewhere in the world.
I think he's going to be looking for this other dungeon. Now we know there is one up here on Death Mountain somewhere.
Another arrow shop, 92. 90 rupees is 90 rupees.
Gets a bomb drop from the Octoroks.
Welcome sight.
And he finds that other level. This is the one that we're not 100% sure what it is, so hopefully we find out soon.
Should be pretty well equipped to do some exploration.
If this is 4 on the bottom, then we're looking at level 8. And I think that's what we just saw. Is we saw 4 rooms on the first row, so that means this is in fact level 8. So there is still one level we have not found yet, and that will definitely be level 7.
Level 7's always so rude.
In case you didn't realize this was 8 before, this spiral staircase tells you that's 8. That's one of the things with these flags also, is that the rooms themselves are not shuffled between. In case will only be in levels 8 or 9. And we find Lord Banana as the first item here in 8.
I think that puts us to at least a 50% chance of silvers in 9 at this point.
And an early Triforce in 8 too, but it looks like Dream Game's going to look for that other item. He's still looking for those silvers. And the compass is right next to the Triforce. Gee, thanks, game.
Game knows. Takes the Triforce.
Did we find the item in 6 yet?
6 I don't have down.
We've played 6. We've gotten the Triforce out of 6. I don't think we found the item yet.
Meanwhile, only 2 more Triforces for Truant to be able to get into level 9. Still need the silvers, but otherwise go mode.
Yep. He's going to clear out 8.
Can't follow that logic. You don't want to have to come back.
Yeah, especially where it is. It's pretty far away.
Very timely game. Watch after you kill the last one. Oh, Malagor gets the wand.
Yes.
Last of our runners to get that one.
I don't know if Sis Crusher got it yet, because he doesn't have the ladder yet. Or the Triforce had a 1, so Sis Crusher might not have checked 1 yet. Raikou already got his arrow, he's going back into 4.
Unfortunately, from the south against Goma, which makes it a little bit easier. But...
So Sis Crusher also has the arrow, he kills Goma, and he gets to this item room. Let's see what this item here is in 4. This could be a big break. It is the Power Bracelet. It is nothing.
Yeah, it won't even lead to a bonus at this point.
Nope, we found everything else we need, I'm pretty sure. We already know it's 7 will not be behind it. We still haven't found 7. I'm trying to figure out where in the world it could be.
I know we haven't checked Recorder Spot.
We have checked Recorder Spot. Recorder Spot, it was a door there.
Okay. My bad.
I think it's going to miss Death Mountain. That's the only place we really haven't seen yet.
I never trust those door repairs. They never repair the doors.
Hey, the other item in 8 is the any key.
Well, that'd be welcome for exploration purposes.
Yeah, it's not, he's looking for the silvers, but he's not going to turn the any key down. Alright, so we have 4 items left at large. One is going to be in 5. Sorry, one's going to be in 6, which we have seen. One's going to be in 7, we haven't seen. 2 are going to be in 9. It's the heart container, the red ring, the red candle, and the silver arrows. Two of those are really good. 2 of those, not so much.
I get ready. It's Triforce.
Yep, he gets a Triforce out of 4. And I think True Gamer is going to be checking these last few spots. He's looking for... I think 7's going to be up here somewhere.
When you take it down to a 50-50 chance, are you willing to gamble silvers and 9 get? Because the thing about going is, you also have the hint room. So you have a little bit better odds of finding out about those silvers.
Yeah, the only dungeon he has to... He's left an item behind in 6. But I think everybody's left the item behind in 6.
Gotta find 7, but if it's not on your way, it's one of the larger dungeons. Only one item.
Yeah, 7's not a dungeon you want to have to dig out to look for an item. And we found 7.
Truant has just had good routing throughout this one. It's led to him having a clear lead on the Triforce count. And now in the last dungeon that we hadn't found yet, find some dark nuts. That's okay, we know we don't need to go back to that room.
He already knows that this is 7, and he gets the hint for 9, which I'm pretty sure he's seen 9 already.
Most likely.
And I think he still needs to buy arrows to complete 4.
Yeah, that would fit. Not many of the runners have purchased arrows yet. Was he short on money earlier, or was that Malagord?
The one that was short on money was Raikou Rider. And early Triforce in 7. Let's see what Truant does. He has a 50-50 shot of silvers in 9.
Yes, it's a Dark Nut dungeon. I think if it were the easy set, I would definitely dig out 7. Dark Nuts or Wizrobes that might pull me away.
Well, Dark Nuts are easier than Wizrobes for most players, myself included, but still rather not, I think. It will make traversing 9 a little bit more awkward. Of course, you could find a hint in 9 that the silvers to kill a beast lie in the skull or elsewhere.
Now it gets the wood arrow. Get back to that last level. Almost as a potentially tell you that portion of it's not an it's an approximate value. Just 50-50 becomes more than 50-50 to me is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But the only difference is that all 4 of the items that are left can all be in 9. It's not like one of the items is.
The other thing about digging 9, though, is you might find the path to Zelda, you might find where Ganon is, and then once you have the silvers, you're able to do it that much faster.
In case you're just joining us, we are playing a Battle Royale, so what that means is that We have 4 runners here. Only the loser goes home. The top 3 will move on to next week to do this again until we're down to a champion.
So now Truant's efforts to ladder clip and not have to worry about the Goma.
Yeah, Riker found the boomerang. He left the dungeon after getting the Triforce. Oh, Siscrusher found the boomerang. He sees the Triforce now. They're both still looking for another item, which we know is the Any Key. Truant Gamer on the Goma now, takes it down. He's gonna go check this item, because he knows it's an item. What he doesn't know is it's only the power bracelet.
So I don't know if he saw the hint yet about power bracelet. But he's seen all the levels.
At this point, for him, it doesn't matter, because he knows
he's seen all the levels.
He's gonna pick it up anyway.
You're here. It's shiny. You could also drop a bomb on it. That would be acceptable.
Malgord sees the book here in 5. He says, no, thank you. And he's going to go pick the Triforce up and be done with it. So, all 8 Triforces for Truant Gamer. Meanwhile, Malgord has 5. Riker Rider has 5. Siscrusher has 4. Where is Trent going back into 5? Yes. Trent back into 5. This is one of the dungeons he left behind. Unfortunately, this is not gonna. So this is what I was talking about earlier about, when you think it's early in his seed, early in a race, you might decide not to gamble 9 just because that might cost you. So he's gonna go dig out the items here in 5 and probably 6 while he's here. Unfortunately, 5 is the book.
So pretty much we may be seeing this and saying, hey, this is great. If only I could see more Zelda 1 Randomizer. Fall 28 tournament is kicking off in less than 2 hours?
Yep, 1 a.m. for the first match.
I think that's on one of the Randomanias, but I don't know schedule-wise yet what's going on with that. But there'll be a lot going on. There'll be races tomorrow, as I said, in 2 hours. There'll be one at 9 o'clock and one at 10 o'clock, so if you check out the Discord, you'll be able to keep up to date on the schedule. The tournament website will have links as well. Or just follow all the Randomania channels, and then you'll be all set. Whenever one pops up, you'll see it. A little bit interesting is that nobody gambled on the second hint shop.
No, we have not seen. We saw the hint shop, but we didn't see anyone go for it. Well, Siscrusher gets his Any Key.
So for all we know, the hint for the silvers has been sitting right there the whole time. It's Schrodinger's hint. Schrodinger's, however you say that.
Yeah. Riker Rider did find 7, so that's where he's in now. Having a little trouble with manhandle. Yeah. True Gamer finds the book. He is not happy. Alright, True.
To put the information together. Makes for a little more clear picture. Hey, some bombs along the way too. You can't complain about that. I think this was an item room. No. Warp staircase.
Alright, Truant's going back into 6.
Alright, so Truant does not want to gamble digging 9.
Yeah, he is 100% on not gambling 9 right now.
6 one of the larger dungeons, so to come and commit the time here.
Yeah, especially when it's a wizrobe set with... We know there's going to be blue land moles crawling here somewhere. Like right here.
Right there.
Luckily, that was in a river room and he knew that, so he was able to dodge them.
So Malagord now is going to pick up the magic key.
Yep, all 4 runners have found any key out of 8.
That's a good question. Do you think Truant's strategy would change if this was going for the win instead of just going to not be last?
Probably. I think because it's only loser goes home and not like winning matters a ton, we'll play into his decision a little bit more to not gamble 9.
I don't know if you're the type to play with the SRL window open or not, but would the fact that nobody is done yet influence your decision making?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely more so less so now when it's only 4 runners left, but like, I can tell you playing this tournament when the first race had 9 runners, I was paying attention to that window a lot, and the fact that I was in 9 and only 1 person finished, I was feeling really comfortable about going through.
So hey, Malagord has quietly picked up a whole lot of hearts.
One of Malagor's strategies, and I'm seeing him play out now, he likes to dig out the heart containers from these dungeons. He wants to make the play for Magical Sword. And Truant Gamer just noped at a 6, so I don't know if he got the item or not.
I did not see it come across, so might have been a health issue, might have been just unpleasant to navigate. Maybe he decided that it's more worth it to go to 9. Chat confirming he did not get the item.
So let's see if
with the
play...
Triforce, though, you can warp back there in no time.
Yes. Warp back to both 6 or 7. Those are the 2 dungeons he's left behind. But, ladies and gentlemen, at 1 hour, 1 minute, 7 seconds, Truant Gamer is the first runner into level 9. Now, what we're going to be listening for is the Roar of Ganon. But more importantly for Truant Gamer, he's looking for items. He wants to try to find those silver arrows, or at least there's 4 old men in here, maybe 3, 1 to 2. But there are 4 hints that can possibly be in here. 1 that tells you where Ganon is, 1 that tells you where Zelda is, 1 that tells you who has the compass, which enemy has the compass, and 1 of where the silver arrows are. If he finds a hint that says silver arrows are in a quadrant of the skull, he knows that these silver arrows will be. And we find a red candle, first item in 9.
Alright, so the odds just ticked away from silvers being here.
Oh, yeah.
But
either the silvers are in here, or the red ring or the heart container.
There is also the exploration advantage of if you find your path to Ganon or Zelda as you're looking for these silvers. Makes it that much faster. Did we just find Zelda?
I think we found Zelda.
Very close to start.
Yeah, Zelda is very close to the entrance of the dungeon. And 1 screen away from the red candle.
So now for Truant, it's listening for Ganon's roar.
Find another entrance to Zelda, and we find another corridor staircase.
Because we found the bait block and had to go through it, we know that can't be in 9, so that will not swallow up one of the hints.
The only downside is if one of the hints is a community hint. Up, we hear the roar Ganon. That's not going to help us, though. We don't have the silvers. And we know exactly which room it is.
We definitively know both the path to Ganon and Zelda. Or maybe not.
Well, it's one of the doors to the left or right. It's the okay. We know where it is, behind that locked door right there. So we know where Ganon is. We know where Zelda is. The question is, where are these silver arrows?
Oh boy, if they're in this room here, that'd be something.
That would be just flat out perfect. Unfortunately, it's a drop room.
Meanwhile, Malagord has been able to make very good progress. So has Riker Rider, both now just one Triforce away.
And Riker Rider is...
Either of them find silvers or the heart container.
Nope, neither one has found the item. They were both in 7. They found a Triforce and left. Now, something to keep in mind with this, these runners from last week. Malagord was in 9 before anyone else on a straight gamble that silvers are in there, and he was right. Riker finally finding the recorder here in level 3. Once he finds a Triforce, he will have all 8. Malagord's got to go kill that Goma here in 4 to get his 8th Triforce.
Yeah, so put them on the right track to fill out the Triforce, but then the question is on, do you double back to one of the dungeons you haven't gotten the item for? Do you go to 9? Do they split the difference? One of them goes one way, one goes the other. I think Malagord deserves props for being the only one to actually have Goma dead. Or, not Goma, Gleeok.
Yeah, he killed Gleeok to get through here instead of going through the T-Room block clips. Speaking of T-Room block clips, we're seeing it again on True Gamer side. Alright, Riker Rider has all 8 Triforces. And in about 2 seconds, Malagord has all 8 Triforces. Siscrusher's still here in 6. He might be the only one to dig out this item in 6. If he finds the silvers, he inadvertently takes a monster lead.
And that can be very intentional that you say, okay, maybe most people will take a pass on 6. They'll say it's too long. They'll say it's too hard. Why don't I dig out here a little longer? See if something works out for me.
Malagord
Not going to be enough.
Magical sword play. Magical sword play for Malagord, but unfortunately he does not have enough.
Siscrusher the only one otherwise close enough to take an attempt at it, but we know it's not enough now. We also know Ganon's not in his room. Actually, we knew that just based on how we get to Ganon's room, but still.
Oh, this could be the item room in 6.
Going to 9.
Malagord's going to 9, Riker Rider's in 9, and Siscrusher is in a room that could be the item in 6, but there is 3 blue bubbles, 3 blue Wizrobes, 2 red Wizrobes. This is Mean Streets.
And only 2 bombs. If you had a few more bombs, I'd get out of this room.
It just took a 4.
There you go.
Yeah. It just took 4 HP points away with the blue Wizrobe, red Wizrobe beam to the face just now. Alright, and one of the good news is that one of the blue Wizrobes despawned into an orange or red. Riker Rider finds himself the red candle. So he now also knows the first item in 9.
Big question now, what is that second item in 9? If it's the silvers, these 3 runners are in great shape. If it's not, Edge Siscrusher.
Especially if Siscrusher finds the silvers here in 6. Especially in this room. Oh, but he takes death.
Not as costly as it could have been, though, because Siscrusher was going in and out of the room to get the red Wizrobe to respawn. So as long as you don't leave the dungeon like that, never mind. As long as you don't leave the dungeon, they don't come back. Oh, right next to the magic sword.
Yep.
Baited. Baited away.
I think he's going back in. He doesn't have the Triforce Mana here yet either, I don't think.
But a room like that, you can just kill the enemies one at a time, walk out of there, especially with the bubbles, they won't respawn. It just hurts to watch because we know that's what Sis Crusher needs to do. Find the item there. That's your best chance right now.
Another staircase to Truant Gamer. He still has the lead among the 3 runners at 9, but keeps finding transports.
Well, the more you mark off those transports, the more you're covering the dungeon. True, it's cleared off a lot of this too.
I think that we are on the other side of the Ganon room here now for Truant Gamer side, because I heard the roar of the pig again. And oh, another patcher in a staircase room.
Can be a bit of a jerk, but then again, you clear it out and it don't come back, so.
Very interesting.
That'd be beautiful.
Sis Crusher just picked up bombs. Will he go back to 6 and try to take out those blue wizards with bombs?
Be a much easier proposition to do.
He's also going to a fairy, so...
Yeah, this is a point where the race could hinge. The race does hinge a lot on where these silvers are. We could either be looking at 3 people finishing right on top of each other, or having a lot of digging still to do.
Oh yeah, we're nowhere near done yet. Until we find those silver arrows, this game is wide open. Sis Crusher is in fact going back to level 6. Now, Raikou Rider is noping at a 9.
Found the red candle, so now you know it's only a 1 in 3 chance. Maybe he decides to go somewhere shorter.
And do we see on True Gamer side too? Yes, both of our runners are leaving level 9, both Raikou Rider and Truant Gamer. And Truant Gamer goes right back to 7. And it looks like Raikou Rider is doing the same thing. So both Raikou and Truant go straight back to 7. Sis Crusher's in 6, Malagord's still in 9.
So if this plays out, we should get our answer. Oh, what a decision can hinge on. Is this a second Goma required? It's a very rude room.
Yeah, in a room with 4 turrets shooting at you too.
Didn't we just do this?
Of course there's going to be a Gleeok right next door.
Didn't we already do that? You know what you're looking for, so you don't have to spend a lot of time in these rooms.
Up, there's a staircase.
Survey says warp.
Not the staircase we were looking for. Oh, staircase that's guarded by a blue Goma. In the same dungeon. And oddly enough, Raikou Rider leaves it, so maybe he knows that already. And he's looking for a 3rd staircase. Sis Crusher did defeat that wizard room, and it was a transport staircase.
The bubbles, though, won't respawn. As long as you don't leave the dungeon.
Much easier room that is probably going to be another the second staircase.
That's a disadvantage to not taking a staircase when you find it. Find the other side and you don't know if you found the other side.
Ooh, but it doesn't move.
Nothing.
I think that one staircase that is that guarded by the wizrobes leads to the other 3 rooms near start.
Okay, I guess he just had the one room to check, so that's why he did it before taking the warp, which makes sense. Was recorder required the whole time? Could it be?
It looking pretty likely, if you ask me. I just tried
Kill the 1/3 and you leave, and it's dead, and just that easy.
Silvers are in 7! And Riker is the first one to get him. Heart Container is in 6. That means the red ring is the other item in 9. So the Riker Rider just takes the lead, and Truant Gamer finds the silvers not that far behind him, but the difference is Truant Gamer knows where Ganon is and where Zelda is. I don't know if Riker Rider has that same information.
We know how quick that was, especially to find Zelda. I don't think it'll take Raikou long. They should both be in pretty good shape now. The trouble for Malagord is still digging out this 9. We now know is a very costly decision.
Now here's what's going to come down to. Sis Crusher versus Malagord. Because we're pretty sure that both Truant Gamer and Riker Rider are probably going to finish 1-2 here in some way, shape, or form. The 3 and 4 race between Malagord and Sis Crusher will be very close, especially if Malagord does full clear 9, and if Sis Crusher goes straight to 7 after this. Be very interesting. Riker Rider into 9 has a red potion.
I think I like Sis' position a little bit better, because Sis already being outside of 9 isn't going to gamble going back into 9.
Also, Malagord still could wind up back at 6.
Well, actually, Triforce Sis still needs the Triforce out of 7 too. So, Sis does the full clear of 7. We'll find the silvers.
Meanwhile,
That'll still give Malagord the advantage of the clearing of 9, knowing the right path, if Malagord makes the play to 7.
Ooh,
there's
11 heart mags pick up for Sis Crusher.
That will help speed things up. 1 heart killing the Landmolas.
But here's the thing with Sis Crusher, though. I don't know if he knows where 7 is yet.
Don't have his map, so it's hard to say.
Malagord taking a death in 9. Let's see what he does now. He goes back in.
Yeah, I think you're committed to the strategy at this point. There's not a lot on level 9 left. And as far as rooms per item go, you want to make the best decisions you can. So it just makes a lot of sense to finish 9 since you've already committed this much to it.
Alright, Riker Rider is about to enter the Ganon fight.
OPT is our restreamer, says that 7 is not marked for Sis Crusher, so that is big. Meanwhile, Riker Rider,
Sis Crusher doesn't have the ladder yet. I don't know if the ladder is even required or not, but he does not have the ladder yet. Riker Rider gets a stun lock, and Ganon is down on his end as Truant Gamer enters the Ganon fight right behind him. But Riker Rider has a straight path straight to Zelda, and should be finishing here within the next minute.
We definitely saw the ladder used. I couldn't say particularly it was required.
I think it's required here in 9. Speaking of which, True Gamer takes a death to Ganon.
Yeah, there's so many river rooms that it's very likely to be required in 9.
Well, we'll find out here, as Riker Rider's on his way to get Zelda. I believe he's just one room away here. The door will open. Yep. And with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 48 seconds, our first place finisher is Riku Rider.
And there were 2 troll doors to get to Zelda. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that? That would have been the ultimate dull shoot.
Oh yeah, like you go to Zelda and you're just like, oh, it's just nuts, it's a shoot room.
GG Riku Rider!
That was truly, truly a seed of my creation.
What? You mean the 1 and the 50 rupees weren't dead giveaways?
Mm-hmm. Not just that, but I don't know if wooden arrows were strictly required, but they helped a ton.
They were.
Goma had the Triforce.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Not necessarily. Well, not necessarily because where the silver.
Right, silvers were in 7, but it was very very unlikely for you to have them before going into 9 because how early the Triforce was in 7.
Yeah.
The reason why I actually dug 7 before I dug 6 for silvers was actually because I thought I was in trouble since it took me a long time to get the ladder, and I spent a lot of time trying to dig out 2.
We have Truant Gamer, the second runner to be on the Ganon fight. You were the only 2 who have found the silvers yet.
Well, Malagord, he I don't know if he found a red ring. No, he did not find a red ring. He left 9 as well now. But he's in 6, so...
Was Red Ring in... Where was Red Ring?
We don't know. It's a 9, though.
Oh, it's a 9? Okay.
Yeah, process of elimination. We didn't see the room.
We saw every other item in the game.
I tell you what, though.
It's... Truant Gamer down to 1 heart on Ganon, and he has to be very careful. I think he has 1 hit left, also.
It's not easy being green.
Oh, no! Oh, gosh.
That's the cruelest.
He got the last hit on Ganon, but a Ganon Fireball took him out.
That happened to me a couple of times when I was in 1. When I was in 1 getting the ladder. At least once, I actually got killed by a Wizrobe Beam after I killed the last Wizrobe in the room.
We also saw that with at least 1 runner tonight with the Gliok before the Goma.
Yep.
I think after seeing the seed, I'm pretty sure a couple of people that were in this tournament before are very happy they didn't have to play this one because...
Hi! How are you doing?
Because the combat in this seed was pretty hard.
Yeah, it was really rough. Especially the ladder being blocked by those 3 blue Wizards. Which, by the way, Sis Crusher still hasn't gotten that ladder yet.
I'm not surprised. I figured when I found that ladder in 1, I felt like I was in a little bit better shape, but
Now we still have this tournament has started.
I'm actually because I don't really care for the main event. I can definitely see why this flag set happened for the tournament, because we just had the standard shapes tournament was the last one. So every other tournament they try to do something a little bit different. But I think that 5 Triforces allows for a little bit too much variance. I know it sounds weird. I'm playing a randomizer and I'm complaining about variance, but I think that the five Triforce thing, I think there's a little bit too much variance, because since you only need 5 Triforces, you're gonna just go into 9 instead of digging out other dungeons, and if the dungeon that you happen to clear happens to have like silver arrows or ladder, then you're so much farther ahead of your opponent.
Yeah, it's definitely a flag set that is going to be definitely, like you said, much more high variance. Like I'm a runner that I'm not like the best runner in the world out there, but I feel like with these flag sets, I have a chance against some of the not like super higher players, but those that are slightly better than me. Only because if they dig the rogue dungeon out, I might have the edge.
And that's definitely the appeal to it. It definitely, there's going to be a lot of upset runners, especially in bracket, that get eliminated because they happen to dig the wrong dungeon. But I'll see how I like it. I think it's also going to, in addition to just digging the correct dungeon, I think it's also going to favor runners that are comfortable with runners like what happened tonight, because this seed forced you to do level 9 that is probably extremely uncomfortable.
Truant versus Ganon round 2 goes much better. The pig is down, and Truant is on his way to rescue the princess.
Yeah, finding when I found the first item in 9 being the red sank, because I'm like, I don't like the situation, and I feel that once you have found Ganon and Zelda in level 9, especially if you have a lot of the dungeon left, you should peace out, and that's what I'd already found Zelda, and especially since I'd find one item, I'm like, nope, I'm not digging any more of this dungeon.
All right. Meanwhile, Trungi plays finisher. He finishes with an official speed runs live time of 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 50 seconds. So 2 down. We have 2 to go, and they're in pretty different locations and pretty different scenarios. This is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Oh, absolutely. GG Truant. This was time for the seed. Like this was not an easy seed.
No. I am glad I got bonked from this tournament.
And also I know people come to expect this from me, but this is definitely one that I need to apologize to the other runners for, because this is beyond bad.
Oh, we banned you from rolling seeds after the one that I got eliminated on. Remember 77 deaths? What's that darn first room in 3 being 6 blue wizards?
Oh, I know all about those.
All right, apparently we're going to try things. Right. Let's see how this goes.
Apparently, it worked. Look at that.
Chat, let's have a hand for OPT.
Oh, give it up for
that swag restreaming.
Yeah, we're down.
Switching us to the 2-player layout.
We'll see if we get True Gamer in here to chat along with us as we play out this final, I would say, few minutes, but this might take a while, to be honest.
We still don't have Sis Crusher with the ladder on tracker.
No, he does. He has not killed those 3 blue wizards in 1 to get the ladder. I don't know if we're not ladder blocked at a 7. I know that, but we might be ladder blocked at a 9. I wasn't paying attention to 9. But he is going to dig out 7. We'll keep an eye out to see if that ladder is even required. Malagord is heading back into 6, which is not the right place to go.
I definitely don't blame him for digging out 6, just because that 7 you're very likely to find an early Triforce, and it depends on the. I mean, there's merits for digging out both. 7 has easier enemies, but 6 is a larger dungeon.
I think it also comes down to how many rooms you have left to explore. If you've only got 3 or 4 rooms left in this 6, then it just makes sense to finish it out.
That does make sense. I just found the Triforce, I think, a little bit more quickly, and I just didn't want anything more to do with the Wizrobe dungeon, especially on Green Tunic. Also, one thing, since I was on Green 8, I wouldn't necessarily have done this if I had Green 9, but because I was on Green 8, before going to 9, you may have noticed that I actually got a potion and then up ace saved. There's a very good reason I did that.
Because if you burn the potions early on, you could always retry and get your full potion back.
I was actually more concerned about the Ganon fight because there were a lot of really ugly rooms on the way to Ganon as well.
Yeah, I think did you use a potion in the room before, or
I did. I did. Yeah, I was down to 1 heart. I was down to 1 heart, and the blues were just swarming me. I didn't want to take any chances.
All right, and I think based on what we see here on Siscrusher's side, I think the silvers are in fact ladder blocked out of 7.
They are.
So he's going to go back to 1.
They are. That's brutal.
And there's Truant. GG, Truant. I guess I should say there might be Truant.
His Discord is probably discording.
He's got his mic off. His mic's listed as being muted.
Probably have to You probably have to restart Discord. That might have been on the server side, actually. Hi, Truant.
Hello.
Hello. Anybody got me?
Hey, we got you.
Hey, Truant. Sorry about that one. That was brutal.
Yeah, tell me about it.
That was a really, really hard seed.
You knew it was going to be bad right away when you find, oh, right, a secret. Oh, snap, it's 50.
Okay,
oh, right, another secret. Oh, snap, it's 1.
I was laughing so hard when I saw that the large secret was 50. I'm like, just, okay, I'm going to get yelled at for this one.
Well, I think that was the first one I found, and I was like, all right, that's a good medium secret. And then I saw the small secret was 1, and I said, oh, that's not the medium secret there.
Malagord gets the, so both of ours that are left have magical sword now. Malagord, he has to head back into 7. I think he's going the right way. Well, we're 7 and see where he goes. Looks like he's heading back to 9, unfortunately. So I think he got to get back to 7 going this way, too. Meanwhile, Siscrusher continuing to try to find a path to the silvers in 7 without the ladder. Or at least trying to.
Yeah, I think you got to go back to 1 pretty fast, though, especially with the magic sword. You're not as scared as...
Oh, no.
Those...
Malagord's going back to 9.
This would be first trip to 9, wouldn't it?
No, he's been here before.
Okay.
He's doing a 50-50 gamble. He's down to 2 items left.
Yeah.
Whether the red ring and silver arrows.
So this was just closer.
On the bright side, if he does get the red ring out of here, then the rest of the seed should be pretty easy, at least.
Yeah, the seed becomes free when you find a red ring.
A magic sword to be able to clear things out that much faster, but...
Oh, that bomb upgrade. Bomb upgrade I got really helped out so much.
Yeah, it was only the vanilla 4, and not far from vanilla for the purchasing at 97, but it paid off in dividends because a lot of these enemies here you needed the bombs to take out. And Siscrusher has found the silver arrow room, so it is not in fact ladder blocked.
Interesting. There was another way to get to it.
Yeah, he found it somehow.
Came from the left side, I guess maybe you would come from the
top side. That was a nice plot clip.
Yeah. Alright, so Siscrusher now has the silver. So he, I believe, has the lead hero for Malagord now. Because Malagord still does not have those silvers. Now, Siscrusher does not have the ladder yet. I don't know if the ladder is even required in here.
I'm pretty sure it's not to get to Zelda.
I think it was to get to Ganon. I think you had to cross a double moat room.
Well, Siscrusher's going back into 1, but I think he's figured out that the ladder's in here somewhere.
No, I don't think I needed the ladder to get to Ganon. Yeah, it wasn't a double moat room. The room above Ganon was a square moat, and I don't think there was a moat if he took the warp.
Well, he just picked up the ladder just now, so he is now set for good. He is officially in go mode, and all he has left is to clear out this level 9 once he gets to it.
Yeah, problem solved, and that was a good decision. No, if you knew that it was only 1 room in, and you could do it that fast.
That must have been a pretty open 9 then, because the way I went, I think you had to have ladder, but you must have gone a different way.
I think I could have gotten to Ganon in 10 rooms, and Zelda was 6 deep.
Well, Truant, I'll toss the same question out to you. With the Swiss round of the next tournament coming up here, how much focus will you put into the Battle Royales versus working on your practice for the Swiss round?
I've definitely put more into the practice for the Swiss round, but I think I need to take a little bit of a breather for the rest of the week until my race, just because I'm feeling a little tired trying to juggle between 2 BRs and the Swiss coming up, keeping them all straight.
I can feel you there, because all of the randomizer tournaments that I like to play in are happening all at the same time. I'm in 2 BRs, the main event. I'm in the Zelda 2 rando, and tomorrow I have my last race for the combo rando. So I know exactly where you're coming from.
Alright, Sis Crusher is now in 9. This is his first time into level 9, so he still has a lot of exploration to do. But we already know that both Zelda and Ganon are not too far in.
Also, the first of the Forerunners to come in here with Magic Sword the first time.
Yes. Also, just point out that Raikou Rider found the wooden sword / candle combo after having the white sword and a candle.
Yeah, I believe I lit that old man on fire.
Especially because it wasn't that far away. It wasn't like it was in a faraway spot.
No, not really. I just couldn't route there.
I was nice to the old man tonight. I didn't burn him down. I already had sword and candle also. Took the gamble on the heart right away and grabbed the sword. And
it's okay. We already blamed Fred for level 3 being in level 3.
And Blue Ring was vanilla.
Yup. And Sis Crusher has found Zelda. Malagord has found a block somewhere. He's trying to figure out where to go.
This is the side entrance to Zelda's room, which we found out would not work if you had attempted it.
Nope. No, I laughed when I found out where that was.
4 entrances to Zelda's room. 2 of them, oh shoot.
Yeah, Sis Crusher's on the path that I took right now.
Yeah, so he just used a ladder to get there.
Oh, that was a moat room. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the same way I went.
That was a double moat room, I believe.
Actually, no, this isn't the exact same way. I took a variation. Instead of going north towards where Ganon was, I actually had to take it. My route took me past a couple of staircases.
Alright. Well, he is now 1 room away from Ganon, and he knows where Zelda is. He just has to be careful here. Malagord takes a death, and Sis Crusher has found Ganon.
Here we go.
Does Sis Crusher have a potion at least?
Yes. Stop to buy a full one. Goes ahead and use it when he could have. No,
he had 4 hearts. If he took a hug, he was done.
Oh, I was really pleased when Ganon decided to actually cooperate.
He took a hug, and Sis Crusher has Ganon down. And with Malagord still not having silver arrows, this is pretty trivial at this point.
Yeah, I can understand the safety of making sure that Ganon is fully dead before you Abe.
Always. And Zelda's just a few rooms away, and Sis Crusher's heading there now.
Well, before we get Sis in here, any final thoughts from you, Raikou?
Not really. I just really need to I really need to advance next week, and would really like to win all of this, because I think if I win this Battle Royale, I clinch a berth in Tournament of Champions. If I get second in this Battle Royale, I have a good shot at advancing.
And it's official. Sis Crusher has finished in 3rd place with an official time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 38 seconds. So the 3 runners of Raikou Rider, Truant Gamer, and Sis Crusher have advanced to the top 3 of this Battle Royale. Malagord has been eliminated.
Chad, how about some GGs for all of our runners who put on a great effort tonight? Truant, any final thoughts from you?
Just that I didn't really think this was too bad of a seed, and I fully admit that I kind of meted that Silver Arrow at the end. Once I saw that we were getting into 115, I knew bail out of 9 and go check 7. That was most likely where it was.
All right, we'll see if we get this Christian here. Looks like Malagor's going to try to finish this run off.
Alright, we'll see if Sis wants to come in and say a few things on this. And again, if you want to see the tournament kick off, just over an hour away.
Yeah, there's no channel announced yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll, let's see if we'll find it soon.
I don't know, there's commentators for it. Alright, Sis has to run, so not able to join us. We'll just say GG. Well fought effort. A lot of things worked out well. As far as our runners and when they are going in the Swiss tournament, Truant has their race against Fury SK on the 8th. Malagord is also on the 8th at a different time. Through this, Raikou is going to be on the 9th. And I don't see Sis on schedule. Might not be scheduled. So Malagord continues to dig out 9, looking for the silvers. Again, it's a 50-50 gamble from Malagord's perspective. We know it's the red ring.
And we have confirmed that the first tournament race tonight at 1 o'clock will be on Speed Gaming 1.
So this is a nice hype warm-up for the tournament.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Again, I would assume that about 70% of the runs of this tournament will be on the Randomania channels here. Make sure you give all the Randomania channels a follow. Randomania 0, 1, well, sorry, not 0. Randomania 2, 3, and 4. Some of the matches will be on Speed Gaming channels. That's Speed Gaming 2 through 6. I think there's one other set of channels that we might be using for the tournament. Not sure.
And let's again say thank you to the sharpest dressed story streamer on Twitch, OPT Lawyer, helping us out tonight. If you don't know what I mean, give OPT a follow, you'll find out.
Well, I'm in a t-shirt, so he's already more sharper dressed than I am. He's got a bow tie. That's, I don't think I've ever pulled a bow tie off in my life, so there you go.
He'll be happy to give you directions on how to tie it properly.
Nah, I'm good. I'll come across that bridge when I get to it.
And then burn it down?
No, I don't burn bridges. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna step away for just a moment here and refill my water.
Yeah, hurry up, Malagord. Come on, man. Look, the hint for where the silvers are right there in Sis Crusher's death number.
Okay, I have returned. I've only needed that for the last half hour. So exciting, it's hard to turn away. Where is this other item room at? We're running out of locations it could be.
Well, Malagor just found a room that a staircase took him to a new part of the dungeon. He just died in that room.
And then after all this, he's still gonna have to go to another dungeon. Some days you beat the rando, some days the rando says you're gonna have to really earn this one. A staircase and a bunch of whiz ropes. Good news is he's got a bunch of bombs to help thin the herd. Might have lost a little bit of the bomb damage when he ducked out, but he at least keeps the one he needs to kill dead. Okay, cleared out the whiz robes, and looks like that's gonna be the red ring.
Yup, there's your red ring, guarded by the 6 blue whiz robes.
And that's gonna be enough for Malagord. So Malagord was willing to fight this out to try and find the silvers here, see if he could finish out the seed, but that's enough for one.
Yeah, now he knows that the silvers are either in 6 or 7. Because he's already eliminated, he's just gonna give us the dot forfeit and take his ball and go home. So GG's to all of our runners. Congratulations again to Riker Rider, Sis Crusher, and Truant Gamer. They will be moving on to next week, which will probably be right back here on Randomania. I might be back to commentate. I don't know. I might have a tournament race around that time also, so it's all up in the air. We'll see if Malagor's going to join us. I don't think so, but we'll find out.
And thank you to all of you who have chosen to spend part of your evening with us here on Randomania as we played out tonight's Battle Royale. It's been a fun working with you tonight, New York Rambler.
Oh yeah, you're a pleasure, sir.
And we enjoyed a good one here. Look forward to a lot more great randomizer action as the tournament gets underway. And again, just about an hour until things kick off.
Yep, again, the first match of the Zelda 1 randomizer tournament for 2018 will be on Speed Gaming in just about an hour. So if you want some more hot Zelda 1 randomizer action, you don't have to wait too long.